It's time for some Monday Night Football, the only good thing that comes out of Mondays. I'm Steven with Just a Bit Outside, and this is my co host Ryan. We're going to break down the barn burner of a game. We got a little Giants Cowboys on Monday night. So, Ryan, how we feeling today? How are you feeling about this Monday night game?
Mondays are terrible, and this game does not help for Monday night. It's football, so I'm excited because got to watch some football. But man, these two teams are not
Football
good for Monday night.
Football's better than no football, though. I will say
Yes,
that.
yes, for sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna break down the Giants a little bit, break down the Cowboys, and then give you. I think we only have one best bet each. This isn't an easy game to bet, as you could probably tell, but we'll give you something good. Make sure to go hit subscribe, and if you're watching the video, if you could hit like, that would be great. I think we had like 60 something views so far in the other video, and we had like 6 likes. So just click that like or hit that like if you're on the phone, and yeah, that'd be awesome. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the followers. Subscribers are over 50 now, so it's awesome. We're building this slowly. So. Anyways, let's get into it. We got a little New York Giants. 2-0 New York Giants. What do you think about this team?
Well, they ruined my bet last week, so I'm not very happy with them. They're
Yeah,
playing
I
good
figured.
defense, but I don't know if they're playing great defense. I think they've just played two really bad offenses in the Tennessee Titans and the Carolina Panthers. Um,
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
yeah, that could be a little misleading. I've looking at some of the stats, and they're really like they're blitzing a lot, but not getting many hurries. They only have 3 sacks, and they blitz like the third most in the entire league, so that's not a very good ratio. Um, they're getting back their superstar defensive rookie in right for
Yeah,
this game
Thibodeau.
potentially,
Yep.
so that's
hmm
exciting news for them. I'm not 100% convinced that he's coming all the way back yet. He'll probably be on a snap count, but we'll see what he does, and hopefully he increases their sack number because three's not great.
No, their defense has been good, and even when they've struggled the last couple of years, their defense has still been okay. It is hard to play defense when your offense is brutal.
That's true.
Like theirs has been. But yeah, no, I agree. I'm curious to see how they do. This isn't really another test for them, though. I mean, I know they played the what was it, Titans and Panthers.
You're right.
This
Not
Cooper Rush Cowboys offense isn't like, well, this is a true test. This is still a rough team. So this isn't going to tell it, but I know that Dable, the head coach, he's got the crowd fired up. He sent a letter, I think, to the season ticket holders, said we're doing a whiteout. Bring noise. They're going to be pumped up because if they win this game and go 3-0, it'll be their first undefeated September since 2009.
That's
Take that
exciting.
in for a
That
second.
would be awesome
Yeah,
as a Giants fan to go 3-0, and
yeah,
it's been a while.
and, and no matter how you win, I mean,
Mhm.
3-0 is 3-0, even if it's ugly, but it
Yep.
just gives you a little bit of room for error later in the season. So,
Yeah, it's not like
what do you
college
think about this?
football. So, I mean, you don't need style points in the NFL. A win's a win. It don't matter.
That's true. That's true. What do you think about the offense for the Giants?
What offense? Do they have one? I mean, it's Barkley who's leading the league in rushing, I believe, and Daniel Jones, who I'm pretty sure you were telling me has a decent quarterback rating, but he's just doing what check downs and not going very deep.
Yeah,
So I think that has
I
a
agree.
little bit to do with the offensive line, but they don't have weapons. I don't feel like on the outside, like they're
No, and I
just
thought I
so
read
so.
Kadarius Tony might be out. They
Mm-hmm.
have a little bit banged up on the wide receivers, but let's be honest, it doesn't really matter. Daniel Jones, they're not forcing the ball down the field much, and you're gonna have to at some point. I
Yeah,
mean, at some point, teams are gonna when you're playing the good teams, they're gonna figure out how to stop Barkley and just say, I dare you to throw. So we'll see if they can do that. But like you said, their O line has been a work in progress for quite a few years now,
yeah.
and I think it's slowly getting better. But I mean, let's see, they've been sacked the league leading 10 times. I do think some of that is because Daniel Jones is holding the ball a little bit.
Probably.
So they got to. That's going to be a problem tonight against the Cowboys, which we'll talk about. But that's going to be the biggest matchup I think for me to watch is their O line against that Cowboys pass rush because they're pretty legit. But it's Saquon all day long. He's got to carry him. If he doesn't find holes and really get going, then this offense is going to struggle to score. So we'll see. This team needs to lean on their defense and running game, and they know that. And they kind of have an identity right now, which they haven't had in a while. And I think that's because of Brian Dable. So yeah, and it's hard to talk about the Giants for a long time. They're winning close games, getting lucky, 2-0, not a great offense, but that's them. Let's
Yep.
let's move on to America's team. God, I hate calling them that too. The Cowboys. How do we think? What do we think about this team with Cooper Rush at quarterback right now?
I'll let you start. Sometimes you pitch it to me. I'll let you talk about the Cowboys, and then I'll jump in.
I mean, I think Cooper Rush is a system type quarterback. He does fine. Like if you watch him play, he stays within the system. He's not trying to make huge plays and just carry this team on his back. Their defense has played pretty well. They did pretty well against Tom Brady in Week 1,
Hmm.
and then they did well against Joe Burrow and the Bengals in Week 2. So I think this defense is actually a little better than I thought it would be so
Yes.
far.
Yep.
But offensively, it's pretty similar to the Giants. Like, can they get the running game going with Zeke and Pollard? I mean, Pollard's a better running back in my opinion. But if they can get the running game going, that's what they feed off, little play action. CD Lamb's due for a big game, but it's kind of hard when you have Cooper Rush right now. Dalton Schultz, I think, is questionable for this game.
I thought I heard he was
I,
still out, but I could be wrong. And you never know. Monday night gives him another day to get back, so that
yeah,
could help.
that's true. But he's a weapon. I think Michael Gallup might play for the first time this season,
I
so
think you could
he's
be
their
right.
number two receiver. So, that'll help, but I think Cooper Rush is out there to manage the game, make a play when he needs to. He's not the quarterback that's going to come in. And you're like, oh gosh, he could throw 3 picks and just, he's going to be the guy that just keeps it safe. And so the offenses are a little similar to me, but the thing that the Cowboys have is a pass rush. They're top 10 in the pass rush department. They had 6 sacks last week against the Bengals,
That's
and
good.
I know a lot of people have sacks against the Bengals, but Micah Parsons has, I think, 4 this season already.
Just
So I
tearing it
mean,
up.
he might be the favorite for defensive player of the year. Or if he's not, he's like top 3 right now. So
Yeah, you'd have to be with that.
he as of the filming of this video, he's sick, but I think he's going to be fine for Monday. It sounds like he'll be good. So I don't. These are kind of two similar teams right now. They're going to lean on their defense and running game, and it's just that's what it is. That's why you have a total of 39.5 in this game.
That makes sense. Uh,
Yeah.
I think Cooper Rush is a pretty decent quarterback. As obviously as a backup, but I think this is his moment to show NFL teams and not just the Cowboys, but other NFL teams that he might be a starting quarterback in this league potentially. And so this is his chance. Well, Jerry Jones, I think, came out and said something about a quarterback competition. So what if he comes out and starts just trying to sling it a little bit and show off and do what he needs to do and
Yeah.
gets a
I
victory
you
that
know,
way
I
or plays good football. So I'm curious to see that.
I get what you're saying, but do we really mean like starter?
Yeah.
I think he's auditioning to keep a job and as a solid backup in this league. I mean, he obviously wants to be a
Oh,
starter,
yeah. I was just gonna
but
say, who wants
I
to be
mean,
a
he's
backup
because,
forever?
but I mean, Jimmy G's making like 6-7 mil as a backup.
That's a
But
good
I
point.
will say, I don't know if you know this, but Cooper Rush, I think it was 2020, was cut by the Giants.
Oh, I
You
did not know
probably
that.
didn't know that.
No.
So, what a massive revenge game. Cooper Rush
Huge.
cut after the preseason by the Giants. He is out to prove them wrong. I mean, honestly, to him himself, this does mean something because you have a team that didn't believe in you.
Yeah.
It's not going to catch media hype because this is a guy that doesn't play much and all that kind of stuff. But I think he is going to be motivated and all that. It's going to be tough Monday night in New York. These fans actually believe in this team a little bit, so it'll be tough. But defensive battle all the way for me.
I would agree. It's definitely going to be a defensive battle. The Cowboys' pass rush, like you were saying, is crazy good, and I didn't think that was going to be the case with Randy Gregory going to the Broncos. Micah Parsons was going to get more double teams or get blown up like did against Leonard Fournette. Um, but he's still getting home. He's still getting the sacks. He's just an animal. So I really hope he's
He
healthy
is.
for this game to really see him and his showcase himself on national television on a big Monday night game. That would be super cool to see. So hopefully he gets better and well for the game.
I agree, and even when he doesn't get in, I mean, the attention is on him. It's
Oh
it's kind
yeah,
of like a number one receiver. Like the whole defense goes to them. This offense and this offensive line knows. I have to know where Micah is. Daniel Jones needs to know where Micah is and what he's doing pre-snap all the time. I think so. I think that's the biggest matchups you're going to see is I want to see the defensive front for both teams against their offensive front because the Cowboys O line is not as dominant as it used to be.
no,
Also,
it is not.
so and that's kind of why you see these offenses struggle sometimes too. Is when you have a quarterback who's not that great, plus a struggling O line. you rely on your running game, but you need an O-line also to continue that running game. So I do think the Cowboys need to give the ball to Pollard more. He needs to have more carries than Zeke. He just looks fresher, more explosive. I know they're using Zeke only running, and Pollard's a lot more of the receiving. He still does run, but I think I saw Zeke maybe had 2 catches, maybe.
For the entire year or
Yeah,
last game?
for the entire year.
Right. I
Yeah, yeah.
think
So
I think some of the issue is Pollard doesn't pick up the blitz and blocks very well. So if he comes in, he's either getting the ball out of the backfield on a receiving play or they're handing him the ball because they're not going down the field because he can't block. He doesn't either read the
yeah,
coverages or read the blitz and doesn't pick it up well, and
yeah.
that's not good for quarterbacks.
No, yeah, and that does limit him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I think Pollard is the
Mm-hmm.
superior back right now, over Zeke,
Definitely,
which is crazy to say, but
definitely more explosive
yeah,
for sure.
it should be a good matchup. I mean, it's a defensive battle. Not everybody likes to see that. It's hard to bet overs on player props and different things or even anytime touchdowns because you might not see many touchdowns. So you're limiting. So all these kind of bets are tough. But there's still winners out there. So I think we're ready to get into our best bets
Yeah,
for this game.
let's do it.
I'll start it out.
Okay.
You already know where I'm headed. It is under all day long. Right now, I got under 39.5 for the game. It is tough to take an under when the total's right around 40, but I can see this game being like 2017, maybe 17-14. I mean, this is a defensive battle, divisional game. These guys know each other well. We got Thibodeau back for the Giants to help with their pass rush. We already know how good the Cowboys is. I just think a lot of running the ball, running the clock, and it's going to be a defensive battle. And a stat for you. I think from what I heard, there's been 12 straight unders at Giant Stadium.
Wow.
12 straight unders.
You don't
Now
think
that
this
doesn't
is
mean they've all been under the 39.5. They've all been under the total, whatever the
right?
total was for those games. So that's 12 straight unders. Let's make it 13 on Cooper Rush versus Daniel Jones. I mean, it has to be. You can't go
Yeah.
over on this. You just can't do it. So I pondered maybe going a little Giants or Cowboys team total under 20. I think it went to 19.5, but I'm gonna stick with the total game under 39.5 as my best bet for this game.
Nice.
What do you got?
All right. I know this might upset some Giant fans out there, but I'm going Cowboys money line for minus 105. Kind of talked about it. I feel like Cooper Rush, yes, your revenge game. I didn't even know that, but I think he just is out to prove the NFL that he could be a starting quarterback in this league. He has a decent passer rating. He's done some comebacks not comebacks, but game-winning drives his last 2 starts. So I think that'll definitely help him. And they pull it out. I still don't think they're a great team. They've played 2 not very good teams, not very good offenses. So I would definitely go Cowboys money line for that one for sure.
The more I think about it, it's not that bad of a bet. I like to give you crap. It's not that bad. I mean, the Cowboys are thought of as a team that's going to compete for this division, and all of a sudden they had a bad outing in Week 1, and Dak went down. And this team, I think that the odds makers and everybody has turned on them as if they're the worst team in the NFL almost, or bottom 5. This is still, if you go preseason, Cowboys Giants. I mean, this should be like Cowboys favored by I don't know what the spread was, but
Yeah.
Cooper Rush compared to Dak is a downgrade.
Oh, I would
But
agree.
I
100%.
don't think
Yes.
it's as big of a downgrade as these guys as they're making it. The
I don't.
Giants, by the way, congrats to them for being 2-0, but they could be 0-2 easily. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
they're playing just tight games. The MVP for the Giants right now is their kicker. I think it's Graham Gano. They kick a lot of field goals. So let's just say. But their defense has played well, and they got them playing well. So kudos to the Giants for turning it around compared to last season.
Yeah.
But that's
Oh
not a
no.
bad bet. So those are our best bets. I got under 39.5 for the game, and Ryan has the Cowboys money line.
Mm-hmm.
I also have one more lean. This isn't official, but I do like Saquon Barkley over 23.5 receiving yards. He went over that in one game and then didn't cross it. I think it was last week. I think this pressure for the Cowboys is going to get in a lot. And because of that, I think Daniel Jones is going to have to dump it off. I think they're going to run some screens to Saquon, and they're going to dump it off to him, and he should easily get over this 23.5. But
I can definitely
You
see
don't.
some screens. Him leaking out, maybe not so much because he's got to stay in that chip, but definitely a screen. And all it takes, one screen can go 20 yards easy if the
Oh,
Cowboys commit too
easily. Yeah,
much.
I'm only asking for 24 out of a superstar running back,
Yeah.
but yeah, you're right. You hope he's not just in trying to block all the time too. So that's the only worry. That's why I have a lean.
Yep.
But I do like that. It's gonna be up to Daniel Jones. Is he gonna keep trying to force it to receivers while he's getting blitzed, or is he gonna dump it and hit Saquon and let him do his thing? So that's
Yep.
my lean though.
I like it.
I think those are our two best bets. So that's Monday Night Football. And yeah, anything else to add about this game, or are we good to go?
Can't they start flexing Monday night games? Like, I know they flex Sunday
You
night,
would
but I'm
you
kidding.
would
I'm
think.
kidding, but not
You would
really.
think. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, you can't quite do that, especially early in season. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be tough on everybody changing days for a game. Yeah, sorry fans, you're
Hey,
now coming the next day.
yep. Good thing you booked
Yeah,
that for a while, but try a different day.
I know.
A Monday when people work.
Yeah, I know. But I do love Monday Night Football. Something to look forward to. You start your work week, and at least you got a game. Football's football. So if you like defense, if you like sacks, hard hitting, hard nosed football, this is the game for you. If you like high scoring, then turn away.
Yep. I
It's
would
going
agree.
under. So, anyways, with that, that's it. Thanks for watching this episode of Just a Bet Outside Monday Night Football. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and all the podcast apps. Appreciate everyone out there for watching, and we'll talk to you later.